Hey there, everyone. Oh, jeez, right, sensitivity. This is Monkey Shadow from the Guys to Play Games, back with some more Hooey Halo 2 Legendary. And we're here with the Oracle. And, yeah. So, last time we did... Jeez. Last time we did... They died so fast I don't even get to talk. Last time we did the Arbiter, and you know what? The Arbiter was, not too hard. Not too hard. I tried to say hard and bad at the same time. It was a pretty, like I always say, like, it's like one of the, like, I would argue it's like the most enjoyable legendary level. And, now we're going to the Oracle. And the Oracle, I wouldn't say the Oracle is unenjoyable, strictly speaking, but it's, quite a step up from, our friend, the, you know, our Palamundos over in the last level. For sure. Like, this level's a bit of a step up, let's say that much. I always forget how you get up here. I think it's like you just wanna... Yeah, do this. You almost fall off because of this stinking thing. Bro! Get up there, you dipshit! I'm losing all this time. Because, yeah, they all spawn, like, up here, so, like, if you're on top of it, you can just spawn kill them. It's a lot easier when they're in the middle, because, like, you can pretty easily just, like, do that. Because otherwise you have to basically just kind of shoot where you think they're about to spawn. It's, usually, it's pretty unlikely. Like, infection forms are sort of funky in this game. So I think in every Halo game, technically, like, every game, their damage is technically, like, unaffected by difficulty. But, like, in Halo 1, right, like, they take a while to kill you. Halo 2, not so much. They'll kill you in, like, a single one will kill you in, like, half a second. Like, you die lightning fast. And, like, it doesn't matter if you're on easy or not. You just, like, insta-die. Let's see. Well, for these guys, I don't know. I think... It's actually pretty... It is very rare, actually, for all your allies to live. Usually your grunts drop dead, like, at the drop of a hat. Because if an infection form jumps on them, they basically die instantly. Same thing as you. They're a little tougher, because they actually have a health bar. Whereas you have pretty much nothing after your shields. I guess I'll give the other guy... It's not going to be very useful. I almost probably should just let him keep the plasma pistol, but... I guess the Needler at least doesn't miss. Generally, like if he's shooting at something or something. And the elite dude, if I could, I'd give him a carbine, but I took all the ammo. That's probably fine. I mean, the grunts aren't going to live very long anyways. They very rarely do. They get eaten alive in this level. Because that thing just kills the shit out of them. Your allies do a pretty alright... Like, your allies are actually very good at killing Sentinel. It's the Flood that'll fuck them up. Because they'll run up to them and just, like, insta-fuck them with, like, a punch. Like that! Oh, he jumped. He fell off from his stupid melee. Well, that was fast. And, yeah, everyone loves to joke about this. Everyone, I don't even know if you call it a joke, but it's just what it is. The world's longest elevator ride. It's not even... It's kind of funny because, like, technically this isn't even... I mean, it kind of is, but, like... it's not really an elevator, per se. It's like a... I forget what it's even called, like, internally, but, like... You can see what it is, right? It's like this, funky, like... loading thing. Like, it's loading up all the silos that are filled with infection forms, right? Because that's the whole point, right? This is, like, the internal name for this level is literally Flood Lab, because that's what this is. It's just a big laboratory to, like, you know, figure out what to do with Flood. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm already getting myrtleized, because they are persistent. And this is one of the few points in the game that's, like, hard affected by difficulty, where enemies spawn much more often on higher difficulties. Right? If you ever played through on normal or easy, right, you'll generally have like these like big gaps where you're just sitting around doing nothing, which does make it easier, although it also means it's kind of boring. So in one regard, this is probably more entertaining than higher difficulties, even if it is a pain in the ass. But like, the trick ultimately is just stay on top of things, because if you're like letting floods, like more floods show up, right, they're just gonna keep spawning. So if you're not killing them, eventually you can get kind of ganked. The game does have, like, the game almost always has this thing where like it tries to avoid spawning too much stuff at the same time, purely just because the game kind of chugs if there's a lot of enemies, at least on classic Xbox. MCC not as much, but it'll still happen. Dude, that guy's range, I forget about that. When Flood lose their arms right as they punch, sometimes like their range is just gigantic sometimes. Like it's really weird because like normally the hitbox is attached to their arm, but I'm guessing that if it happens, if you blow off their arm right as they punch, like because the hitbox is trying to attach to their arm, but their arm doesn't actually exist anymore because you just shut it off. It gets kind of weird. Yeah, and the one thing that really sucks about Flood in this game, like you can see, like I'm using a carbine, and that's basically just how you fight them. Because it's funny that it's, even though they don't have a traditional headshot, it's still kind of the same thing, just because you shoot them in the chest for the one-hit kill. It's the same thing in concept, just you don't shoot the exact same spot as you would other dudes. But because they basically... What the heck are you doing, Grunty? Like, they have a lot of health in Legendary. They're, like, unlike a lot of enemies, their health literally doubles from normal to Legendary. So, like... And, like, they're already spongy on lower difficulties because they take reduced damage from plasma weapons, which is actually, like, different, because in Halo 1, they actually took, like, I think a little more from plasma weapons. So, like, they are pretty, like, especially if you're using plasma rifles. If you're using plasma rifles, it's like, Flood will just never die on Legendary, the plasma rifles. I mean, they do. Like, it's not like it's that ridiculous. Like, our allies do a pretty good job of taking out their concentrated fire, but it's like, compared to just one-tapping them with a carbine, it's like it's a completely different beast, you know? Like, that's kind of just the thing. And this kind of continues in Halo 3. Like, they're actually... I mean, Flood and Halo 3 are a lot less spongy. They're actually, like... I mean, they're almost infamously fragile in some regards, but... It's kind of the same problem. They're not individually less tanky, but they're, like, you just see Flood in much bigger numbers in Halo 3, so it kind of still is the problem. Where it's like, you need to use fast ways to kill them, otherwise you just get fucked on higher difficulties. Because Halo 3 has the exact same thing, where their health doubles from normal to Legendary. The Flood and Halo 3 in general are actually, like, way worse, because they're just, like, really glitchy in 3 for some reason. Among other things. Whee! Yeah. Like, you can see, like, that dude can just kill the Flood! Hey! 60 FPS! Yeah, stuff like that where you just fly through a dude you kill doesn't... Like, I think it does happen in classic Halo 2, but, like, pretty much never. It's much less common. I don't know why it has such a perverse effect on lunging, but for whatever reason, the doubled frame rate completely makes all lunging just so, like, fucked up. I don't get why, but that's just how it is. You fly through dudes, your lunges will just not connect half the time. It is really bad with regular melee weapons. So you'll just lunge at a dude with a punch and just miss them, like, half the time, if they are not just completely standing still. I think at this point we'll give dual... I love this dual wield guy is awesome, because, you know, it's the double Viper. It's pretty distinct. And, like, it's worth noting that your allies in this level, like, I think the grunts do, but I'm, like, 99%... Well, actually, maybe that's not true. I might be thinking of, oh, wow, I have to... Nah, whatever. Use your carbine. They're... Okay, Okay, well that just like confirmed. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I accidentally hit him or if that was just some weird thing, but he's dead. Okay. And is Grunty dead too? What? Man, I forgot they just kind of keep coming out of here. What the hell? Well, I'm all alone. And unlike Arbiter, you don't really get reinforcements. I actually forgot that, like, yeah, if you don't walk in here, they just kind of keep popping out. I was gonna say they don't have grenades, but that's actually not true. Because, you know, we saw him throw a grenade. That is true on Quarantine Zone for whatever reason. They, like, specifically went out of their way to... I mean, I guess I shouldn't say they went out of their way, but they didn't give them grenades on that level, so they'll never chuck grenades, which, you know, is probably useful because of the weird nature of the combat in that level, but this is a fun room, even if it is, you know, another wave fest. Just because it's fun to walk in here and see heretics just get fucked up by Flood. And hey, you actually see them use turrets. And then the dude with the turret gets eaten. And he's like not dead. He's a one-shot though. You can see the huge difference in like the Flood tankiness. Like in Halo 1, even on Legendary, like a carrier form blows up next to a dude and they pretty much die guaranteed. This game, like that dude, like 2 of them popped and the one of the Flood was still not dead. Not just because they're tankier, but because they're just like... That's kind of just true. Like, explosions just in general in this game are less strong. When they're applied to basically all enemies. They're still pretty strong on you, mind you, but on, like, actual enemies, like... Because, like, I've said this before, but, like, in Halo 1, like, a plasma grenade basically just kills every enemy in the game. No matter what. Like, even on Legendary and Elite, being anywhere near the blast radius is just dead. Like, at the very least... He will lose his shields and pretty much be dead. But it's usually even stronger than that, where they're just dead. Whereas this guy just lives. And I think they still take extra damage from explosions in this game. It's just, you know, explosions just in general are not quite as lethal. Anyways, let's head on down and hopefully not get ganked by this guy. As soon as you drop down and kill most of the Flood, it spawns in those heretics. Which I'm going to quickly check out the Easter egg. Evan's favorite Easter egg. Wow, these fetch ones are nasty. So I think since everything just died... Oops. There we go. It actually spawns in right as you walk in here, so you can kind of watch them spawn in if you pop in from the side here. They actually drop grenades, which is funny, so that's like useful. I think on the... For some reason on Xbox, and only on Xbox, sometimes these guys will actually... Like, one of them will just... get up like normal, which is like a weird thing. There's also a sword up here, which is nice because there's 2 swords below, but there's also the one up here, so it's like an extra bit. I mean, I'll pick it up. Hooray, famine. Unfortunately, because this is MCC, right, even though it said famine, it doesn't actually activate, sadly. Because that's a feature exclusive to... Well, it's not even exclusive, but it's just not an MCC. Vista has it too. It activates as you pick them up. Which is kind of a shame. Like, I get that it's convenient to be able to activate them in the menu, but I wish they at least kept the original behavior too. Like Grunt Birthday Party, like getting rid of Birthday Party sucks. But at least, like, you know, like it's still kind of there, even if it's a lame version of it. Oh, I'm so dead. Yep. That guy was on, like, the worst spot. He's in the lip because he tried to jump down and he got stuck, so he won't move. At least that's my first death. I'm actually doing pretty well. I was like, oh man, this level's so scary. Now I'm actually, like, doing very well. Like, my first death was basically just me being dumb. Oh, come on. You did that. That dude popped out of the gate ready to go. Okay, get up there. Come on. Okay, I'm just gonna punch you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Holy crap, how many punches do you take? I'm trying to... I don't know why I'm suddenly so bad at getting up here. Holy... Okay, I'm just gonna do the way you're supposed to do it. There. I still almost didn't get up, because, I think at this point, It's on a, like, the spawns are just, it's just a pure timer. It's just, I think you have to survive for 2 minutes. It's like the library. We basically just have this survival part. Why? How is that the thing? Like, when I heard that sound and turned on, I don't know what it was, but that literally made my heart skip a beat. Like, I was actually, that actually made me scared. What the fuck? There's a Moa statue there. That's so funny. That actually scared the hell out of me. What the hell? Why did... Dude, that was weirdly effective. What the heck? Remember... Jesus Christ. Apparently you can scare me by just putting something around that isn't usually there, and it scared me. And then, yeah, basically, once that music starts up, you know you're just waiting. So if you just wait up here, all the flood just kind of hang out. You know, just like the library. They don't have magic vision or anything, so as long as they don't actually see you, it doesn't... You know, they don't do anything. What was I gonna talk about? Like, I've had like a couple topics already that I've talked about that I kind of just skipped over because there's too much, like, I just have too much to say. But now I've forgotten about all of them, and now I have nothing to say, and that's kind of unfortunate. I mean, you know, I can mention that door over there opens up to a symmetrical room that's just like this one. Except the other side's just got, like, there's nothing over there. There's no bodies or anything, but it has, like, the lighting and stuff. And, like, it's a totally functional room. Like, I've actually... The mod I've been working on, I'm actually up to this level. And I haven't actually worked on it in, like, several months now, just because I haven't felt like it. Because, you know, that's how it always is. But, in the mod I've been working on, I actually made it so you're allowed to go into that room. And there's a Fear gun in there, and there's some other stuff. And, like, you can actually use it. Like, it's like an alternate pathway, but you have to actually walk in here to unlock the doors. And I mostly just did that for funsies, because, like, why not? It's there. Because, like, you know, like, I've seen some people mention this, and, like, it's kind of true that the lighting in this room is phenomenal. Like, look how good this looks. It's like the slightly flashing lights, and, like, just, like, the weird green tint and, like, the slight fogginess. Like, it actually looks ridiculous. Like, this... literally looks like the stencil lightings from the old Halo 2 engine that Bungie was working on. Like, it looks so good. I don't know why there's one side area that you fight like 2 flood dudes and look at a couple bodies on the floor looks so good. And I mean, that's not even to mention, you know, like all the blood everywhere. Like, Bungie loves that shit in their flood levels. They just spray blood everywhere, and like, it's so good, man. Alright, anyways, I think everything is, yeah. Let's just chuck you. Because I think once you kill all the flood, the door open, you'll get a Chucky, and the door opens over here. Ow! Alright. We are going to Chucky. Pop that guy in the back, and hopefully they'll just walk away from the door and it'll close. Just punch the guy who's blocking the door. Easy. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, if you like, I guess I mentioned this just for a second. But like, yeah, like this level, that area we were in was supposed to be like a laboratory for flood. That's the internal name. They never really mention it. Like, there's a lot of things like that that are kind of just like. They're like mentioned. I don't even know. They're not really even mentioned, but they're just like, that is what Bungie was going for. And it's not always super obvious, and by not always I mean rarely obvious, because dude, the grunt almost didn't even live landing. That's funny. Let me quickly do this because I want to show this off. This guy. So look at this guy. Right? You'll see he's white. In Anniversary Graphics, he has the Spec Ops armor, but he's got white armor. Like, it's white, but he's got the Spec Ops looking armor. And that's because this guy, I think I've already mentioned this, surely, probably, but this guy is bugged, basically. So he's set up to spawn, he's a Spec Ops grunt just like you, this guy here. But he's set to spawn as a variant that doesn't exist. because they accidentally used the elites, like elite variant for his name. Or I forget what it is. It's like they called him Spec Ops Dog, which stands for dogmatic, instead of Dope, which stands for dopey grunt. So he's supposed to be a dogmatic elite, which obviously doesn't exist because he's a grunt. So it just defaults to white armor in Halo 2. And I guess in Anniversary it keeps the armor? Or I'm not sure, it might randomize the armor in Anniversary. I forget how it works in Anniversary, but he's white, but he's a Spec Ops dude, which is kind of cool. Also, this area, I don't see a lot of people talk about this, but this area is actually kind of cool. I mean, I say kind of cool, because basically, this is like a split path, where you basically can either go left or right. It's pretty much the same no matter which way you go, but it is like legitimately like a split path. If you go down one way, the enemies will spawn down here. And like enemies spawn down here, and like if you walk down the other end, enemies will spawn down there up to a point. But if you get all to the end, enemies won't spawn on the other side anymore. I forget how far you have to go. I think it's actually like we just spawned that first wave, and then that essentially spawned the first wave for both areas. But only enemies over here actually exist. Like it triggers the flag, I guess. You can think of like they're both linked to like the same event. Oh right, this guy. It's a little different because they're in slightly different spots. Like, I think they're actually more well hidden on this side. And the Sentinels are a little more prone to fucking you up because your elites block you. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Thankfully, Sentinels... Really, guys? My second death is to my teammates chucking a grenade at the wall. I was staying behind, you fucking assholes. I could have maybe have lived if I hadn't just comedically sat there and died, but, I mean, you know. At least this time I actually saw the elite. Dude, you guys are the worst. Stop pushing. Make room for Arby here, man. Okay, y'all need to play more softball and less hardball or whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Come on, dude! How I've died more to my teammates than the stupid enemies! Stop throwing grenades at me! Is it my fault for just standing still and not paying attention? Absolutely. But it's also their fault for throwing grenades at me! I'm just gonna freaking punch you. I'm gonna go gangster on you. God. Use your guns, for God's sakes. I know because it's legendary, so they chuck grenades like it's going out of style. Which it is, if you ask me. Fuck you guys. Fucking tits. I'll just stand back here and let them deal with it. I guess it could have been the grunts that threw the grenade, but there's no way. They didn't have an angle on this, like the lip, like the grenade was here. Right? It was behind the wall. So unless he threw like a god grenade like up here and bounced it back at me, which like he would have no reason to throw it that high. Like, I don't know. I guess it could happen, but for all intents and purposes, I don't know why I would ever assume anything other than getting team killed. So fun fact, that dialogue we just heard, Heretic Boss UC, any of your allies can say that line, but like, basically, I'm not sure exactly how this works, because I have limited knowledge of how this stuff works. But basically, any of your allies are supposed to be able to say that line, but due to a quirk and how the scripting works, it always picks the grunt. And it picks them in order, too. It's like it's always the crazy guy with the high-pitched voice that'll say it, and then it'll be the dopey grunt with the low-pitched voice that'll say it. And then it'll be, I forget which elite it is, but it's just like a weird quirk with how it handles it. Other times it's fine, but I forget why it's broken. I don't remember why. How many people have heard that line by not having a sword? He actually gives you, like, he specifically tells you to take a sword, which is kind of cool. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm just dead. So, Flood, a lot of people will say like, oh, I got assassinated by a Flood dude. That actually can't happen. They literally, none of their melee attacks are flagged to be able to assassinate. I believe that the reason why it happens is because they just have a ton of hitboxes on certain frames of their attack. So like if you get hit by them on like certain points of their animation, it'll just like insta give the shit out of you. Like even on easy, it'll do a shit ton of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and punch. Oops. Like look how much damage that did, because you can see like it hit me like 3 times. Yeah, no, we're gonna do this over and over. I thought about doing the elevator glitch, because that's a pretty like well-known glitch at this point, but I decided like let's do the level legit. How many people do the level legit anymore? I haven't done it legit in a while. It's worth noting that that bug is exclusive to, well, it's exclusive to versions of the game that run in 60 FPS. In the original Xbox version, that bug does not work because basically pressure launchers are just much stronger in because of the double frame rate, tick rate, whatever you want to call it. So the pressure launch on Xbox, it doesn't launch you high enough, and you just fall to your death. And then the reason why it actually makes you invincible, if you don't know, you know, right? Oh right, I didn't do it. I forgot. I'm like, why am I not invincible? Like, oh right, I didn't actually do the glitch. Whoops. The glitch makes you invincible because basically, there's like transitioning between a loading zone that has you on an elevator sometimes acts weirdly. So sometimes you'll just like die, like even though you're not falling. So Bungie decided the best way to fix that was just make you invincible for a little while. And like there's 2 different states. There's cannot die and cannot take damage. They made so you can't take damage, which for the most part protects you from most things. Like the only the 2 fundamental differences between cannot die and cannot take damage is cannot die, you can take damage, you just won't die. Cannot take damage prevents you from taking any and all damage, including fall timers. But you actually can die with cannot take damage because kill barriers just still kill you because they just hard flag you as dead. Dude, if that needle had killed me, I would have shat my pants. I keep forgetting I'm not invincible. I'm just like talking and running around. But yeah, they made you invincible, and then because you go up so fast that you don't. I forget if you go with the speed or if it's just because of like you just kind of skip it basically. Like either way, whatever you do makes it so that you skip the thing that makes you stop being invincible, and then the game doesn't like ever explicitly remove it. So as soon as the game makes you invincible, you're never uninvincible again. Anyways, let's see if I randomly die during this part. Because if you don't know, this part has like a bunch of falling debris. Or like, I guess rising debris technically. And every once in a while, if you're like that thing, holy shit, you'll just get smashed by something and it'll kill you. Like no ifs and buts about it, you just die. Oh, so yeah, see, like it even hit me during the cutscene. Oh my god! Dude. There's also, you can see like that Banshee fell. Because like during this part, gravity was like lowered, and I guess it's mostly back to normal now, although I think it's still a little funky in some regards. But yeah, gravity gets really funky in that last area, and it's kind of unfortunate that they decided to get rid of it here for some reason. I'm not sure why, because you're in the station still. It's not like you're in a different area. There should still be funky gravity, but you know, whatever. No low gravity, but yeah. As soon as you enter the cutscene, right, the gravity kind of instantly goes back to normal. So all the stuff that was falling up starts falling back down, basically. Oh, here's a fun fact. So look at this light. See how it's like there's like one light and then it's flashing? That's because, if you can't tell, there's actually multiple lights overlapping this one spot. Due to, I think it's technically... I'm not sure if it's a bug or just like... I don't know what you'd call it, but either way, it's because of the weird way... Like, this is technically part of 2 different BSPs, because this is a transition area, right? So as soon as you walk up here, right, it loads. Because technically, like, this is part of both BSPs, essentially. And so, essentially, both BSPs have a light object that's spawned here. And because this is part of both BSPs, both objects spawn at the same time, because Not because of it's like a limitation, but it's actually just straight up an oversight. Like they just fucked up, basically. Like you can fix that very easily. Well, I shouldn't say very easily, but you can fix that. What the heck? Why are you coming down here? I'm trying to geek out about a light bulb, man. But yeah, I fixed this. You can fix it pretty easily. I shouldn't say easily, but you can fix it pretty easily. Oh, yeah, see what I mean? Look how much damage that just did. I'm gonna die, actually, probably, if this guy gets me. Oof. Because the best way to do this is actually to just rush. Because you can see, like, the light's not bugged up here, because this isn't part of the transition area anymore. Anyways, give me your ammo. Thank you. Stop trying to kill me. Like, damn, they do so much damage. Ugh. That 5-second camo is a lifesaver, man. Hey, Grunt. You know what? I'll just follow you. How's it going, Grunty? Oh. I didn't know you turned around. And then, the fastest way to get through here is just kind of go up here. And then you get to do that, and it's all good. This is going much better than I thought it would. I'm kind of just YOLOing it. To be honest, I was as soon as I got hit, I didn't expect the grunt to be there shooting me, so I thought I was just gonna die. But then it just kind of worked. You know, I'm gonna watch this cutscene just because I want to show off the thing.
I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter. Who has taught you?
So on legendary difficulty, you die during this cutscene. And even on heroic, I think you usually also die. You don't always die, but you usually die on heroic. And that's kind of one of those funny oversights, because once again, that doesn't actually really happen. It can happen on original Xbox, because I know I've seen it. But it doesn't usually happen on original Xbox, and that's purely just because, like you can say, like, it's because you just get, he shoots you more and more, like, faster and more accurately in this version because of the updated tick rate, right? Whereas on original Xbox, he generally misses enough that even on legendary, he won't kill you. And the only reason you even know about that is because, funny enough, usually you're invincible during cutscenes, but they just kind of forgot for this one, and it's funny that they forgot for the one time it really matters, because he's actually getting shot, right? It's kind of funny. Oh, fuck! Good line. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah. What? There's another dude? Man. Alright, I'm gonna maybe take things a little slower then. Oh, fuck. I got hit by a box. This fight isn't too bad if you're not invincible. It's just the initial part where you're just kind of standing in the middle of, with a dumb look on your face getting shot at by a bunch of holograms kind of sucks. Aw, it's bounced off his fucking gun. I hate when that happens. It's the worst. On the bright side, the quirk where you fly through enemies is very useful for the holograms, because it happens pretty much every time because they're not solid. Not solid to you. They are solid to, like, grenades and stuff. Like, you can still shoot them, obviously, but, like, once he loses his shields, at this point, we're basically home free, because you can just cheese him. But,
How did the prophets buy your loyalty, Arbiter? With a new command? A new fleet? Or was it the promise? Their great birth?
man, I love his dialogue during this part. And, like, it's kind of funny, because you can only really hear it on Legendary. On Heroic, you'll hear the first line, but then he dies after that. It's only on Legendary you hear all three things. Guilty Spark also has a bunch of things you can say during it, but you have to wait a while for him to actually say it all.
Look around you, Arbiter. This facility, and dozens like it devoted to the study of the parasite. But where are the weapons, Arbiter? What was the result?
And yeah, like the cheese is obviously like you can just go inside the little window he's hiding in and just kill him as soon as he pops out.
Foul creatures on ice.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die. I'm dead. No, they disappeared, but their bullets still existed. Obviously. There's actually a lot of weapons hidden in this area. You know what? Here.
Look around you, Arbiter. This facility and dozens like it.
Needler's actually fairly viable just because, like, where is he? I'll just pump him full of needles and he'll die.
All that time and effort, and the best the Forerunners could do was put these foul creatures on ice.
You do that, and he dies. There you go. We'll fight the last wave legit, so I'll wait around in some corner.
Where are these guards, the prophets?
I'll sit in the elevator, behind the elevator, because there's a lot of weapons around you. You might not even realize, because there's like there's a thing up here.
Come, Arbiter. Let me
I think there's a gun behind the elevator. Yeah, there's a sword. If you don't know, it actually gets harder as you go along. Like right now, there's a bunch of holograms right now. And honestly, I probably should have taken Needler with me because the carbine actually kind of sucks here. It just doesn't. It kind of lacks the stopping power for the holograms because you can't headshot the holograms for like the one enemy. It makes sense too, like obviously, but I wonder if Guilty's. I kind of wanted to stall because I specifically wanted. Oh, he jumped. Wow. Okay. Whatever you say, man. I don't know why. That's weird. He wasn't. He decided not to jet back around. He was just jumping around. Look at that. I feel like there's more I wanted to say, but like I can't think of it right now.